What GFX can you actually make in 10 minutes? What about 1 hour? Now imagine having 10 hours all for the exact same GFX. Today I set out to make the exact same concept 3 times over, each with a different time limit. And the results, bro, they honestly surprised me. Before we get into it, here's a quick few rules. First of all, the render time doesn't actually count towards the timer. Next is I'm starting with this character right here already set up in Blender. And the final rule is the concept stays the same across all 3 versions. There's no like redesigning or coming up with a new idea halfway through. And for anyone curious what the idea is, it is just this prompt right here of 2 words, Portal Guardian. Let's jump right into it. I honestly have no plan for what I'm going to do for any of these, so I reckon we just get right into it. Here is the 10-minute timer. I'm kind of nervous. All right, let's get started. Let's start the timer. What do we do, bro? I guess we'll start off with setting up the camera angle. I'm going to go ahead and like tilt it a bit, I guess. Turn down the focal length. I've already got the focal length pretty low. Maybe we'll go for a lower camera angle. I've got a bit of a scene in mind, but I'm not really sure exactly what to do. I reckon we just start with posing it. I think that'll do. I think that's a fine pose. It's still not perfect, but how much time have we got left? Let me get a time check. 7. Oh my god, we've already used 3 minutes. How's that looking? I don't think that looks too bad. Definitely not the best, but let's get like a mountain in the back or a portal. I don't know how I'm going to do this portal, to be honest. I want to have at least 5 minutes for some Photoshop work. Oh my god, we've got 30 seconds. What do you mean? All right, we're going to do this portal. I'm just going to add in a cube. I'm going to make it tall, make it a bit wider, and we're just going to literally do that for the portal. That could be pretty cool. And oh, we're going to do lighting too, don't we? I've completely forgot we have to do lighting. Let's just add like a, let's just find like a purple texture for this quickly. Let's add in over here, we're going to add in a hue saturation. We're going to change the hue to more of a purple, I reckon, more like that. And then we're going to add in a curves, I guess, and we'll see. Hopefully we can make that brighter, like a lot brighter. And as well as that, we'll plug this into the emission color and we'll make this like 3. So now it's going to be glowing a bit. Let's get on to doing some lighting. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, it's glowing. So we're going to have a nice rim light or something on the character. That's already starting to look pretty cool. For lighting, honestly, I'm just going to add in a sunlight. We're going to increase the angle on that one and maybe set it to maybe 3. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and render it out right now. Alright, this is awesome. We're just going to have to sit here and watch the timer depleting while Photoshop decides to open at the slowest. I definitely need a sky, so let's just head over to Unsplash and grab like or maybe we'll grab like a mountain. We'll just have to find a normal sky. I really don't know what to do here. I'm just going to go with this sky here. Let's drag the sky in. Hopefully it's not going to crash. I don't know why it's taking so long to just drop in the sky. We're going to definitely grab this one and we're going to do a quick camera raw filter just to increase the saturation, make it look a little better. This is okay. I'll quickly just grab this and we're going to do this. I'm going to make them glow, set this to overlay. Okay, that did not really do much. We'll just go like that. Okay, that actually looks kind of cool if we just do this. This is our first GFX. This one was a little bit rough. I definitely don't think it's terrible though. We did get to do some pretty cool effects and I even tried to make the eyes glow, but you know, it's not terrible for only having 10 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and make this timer all the way up to 1 hour, just like that. And let's, 3, 2, 1, let's go. We've got more time than before, but definitely not enough time. This one's probably going to be a bit harder to manage because I feel like I'm going to go for much bigger things, but was still restricted to only an hour, so I don't know how this one's going to go actually, but let's just get right into it. The first thing I'm going to start off with this time is an environment because that was probably what lacked the most last time. So we're just going to, actually I want to start with the portal. I think the portal is going to be super cool. I don't know if I want to model it or just use a free model. Wait, I forgot I suck at Blender. What is this, bro? All right, I'm going to delete the portal and start again. I think that one might look good. Oh no, this is not looking good. Okay, it's not good, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna go with it. A nice orange light, I reckon. Maybe more yellow. I think this time I might go for some grass, maybe. I'm not really sure. I definitely want to get on to doing post effects at around the 20-minute mark, so we've got about 18 minutes to go. And it's looking not bad so far. I'm actually liking it. Let's do some posing, I think. I honestly don't know what to do for this pose. I think if he's just standing there, maybe just like that, it looks fine. I don't know if I want to make him holding the sword sword, but I feel like I want to do that for the 10-hour version instead. I'm not really sure. I think I'm just overthinking it a little bit too much. So we'll leave that for now. Let's finish up this environment and do some lighting. Bro, this texture. Why is it so laggy? Okay, we're cutting a little bit into the Photoshop time now. It is so laggy. Last but not least though, if I can actually function properly, I want to add in a depth of field. It doesn't really make much difference. So let's just go ahead and render that out though, because we have to get on to doing some Photoshop work for this. Let's start the timer back up and get on to doing some post-effects work. I'm just going to save it. We're going to save it as entitled 2 this time.
Maybe I should grab a crypto mat too. I think I'll grab a crypto mat just really quickly and a crypto mat node.
We will attach this to the viewer, change this to asset, and we'll just grab a crypto mat of the starter boy rig. What I might also grab a crypto mat of is just the hills in the back too, so we can maybe try and separate it a bit more from the okay, we'll grab these ones up here too, from the portal. So we'll grab all these. All right, so let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to chuck these in the back. We're going to just start off with a simple camera raw filter. I think we'll just grab the background, give it a curves and just turn it down to make it a bit darker. I think that's probably the best we can do here. Just like that. That actually doesn't look terrible. I think we're going to have enough time to even do some shading too. So I'll just go ahead and add a layer for my character here, do some soft light shading here. Something like that definitely makes the character, I think, pop a whole lot more. I want to do some glare though. I definitely want to do some glare on the eyes. I could just use Honoric. I don't really know if I want to use that. I don't know how else I'm going to do glare though. I guess we'll just have to draw it in. Okay, that doesn't actually look too bad, I don't think. Let's see what we can do to the portal though. I kind of want to give it some better effects. One of these might actually look pretty good. Let's see what we can find here. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I think it looks better without, to be honest. We're definitely going to add some glare to this. How much time do we got left? 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to make this portal glow. Yeah, I really don't have anything to say at this current moment of time because I don't know what I'm doing. I swear we've got like 10 seconds left. I don't know how much we've got. We're going to do that. We're going to invert the mask, and we're not going to invert the mask. We're just going to erase it from the middle like that. That doesn't look bad. That's looking kind of nice. How much time do we got left? Okay, we've got a minute left. What do I do? I don't know what I can do in a minute. Let's just do some final adjustments. How much time? We got 3, 2, 1, done. Let's see how far we got with this. Oh, okay. That's not okay. Maybe just without this. Can I do that? Can you guys allow me to just like that? There we go. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm sorry. But that for an hour, I probably could have done better. Let's be honest. I think I was a bit stuck with ideas, really. But I guess that leaves it all up to 10 hours. Let's see what I can do with 10 hours. All right, so that wasn't bad at all. 1 hour gave me just enough time to, you know, get the pose pretty well, mess with the lighting, and actually get a decent environment. You know, it's clean. It looks all right, but it's just still kind of surface level, I think. So now we're stepping into the deep end. 10 hours, right? No rush, no shortcuts. We've just got so much time. In fact, maybe too much time. I don't know how I'm going to manage to take up all 10 hours of this time. Maybe I won't. We're probably going to finish early, but let's see what this idea can really turn into when there's no time pressure at all. But before we continue, if you are enjoying the video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're looking for an awesome Roblox GFX community, join the GFXRhino Discord server. That's discord.gg/GFXRhino. Link is in the description below. Let's get into the 10-hour one. All right, so starting off, let's try and get a bit more of an interesting camera angle. I think we're definitely going to stick with the like about 30 focal length. I think I just definitely want to switch it up, whether we want to have him maybe facing the portal this time. This would be cool since we can actually see the sword, but then we can't see his glowing eyes, and then maybe that's going too far from the idea. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I should actually just start with the environment. I think we're definitely getting someone with the pose. I might give him a dagger or something, but I think I actually want to try doing 3D clothing. So I definitely want to see if I can do that. What we're going to have to do though is reset the pose to do that. So I'm actually just going to make a duplicate of the rig, and what we can do is we can we'll reset this guy's pose like that, doing Alt R, Alt G, and Alt S. Then we'll give him the 3D clothes, and then we'll just go into this rig, and we will go select all of the bones, Control C, go back onto this rig, and then just go Control V, and we can literally just paste the pose back on. And we can literally just post the pays back on there. Post the pays. Did I just say post the pays? Paste the pose back on there. So let's go ahead and give him 3D clothing. I could fix that, or I can just leave it because we're not going to see him from behind anyway. I'm pretty lazy, so I'm just going to leave it. Hold up, let it render a bit. Maybe that's actually fire. Okay, maybe not. Alright, hold the damn phone. I may have just cooked up something cold right here. The pants, I'm not going to do 3D pants. I can't be bothered, and this may or may not have been my attempt at making pants, so we're definitely not going to do pants. Yo, I think that pose is cold, bro. I think this is actually a cold pose, bro. I probably should have built the environment first, but it doesn't matter. I think this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna put like a rock here under his foot. But that's probably what we should get on to now, the environment. Now, I'm definitely gonna put it in like a forest, I think. We're gonna have a portal in the back. We're gonna put some trees off to the side, some cool grass and some rocks, and just make it look like a mystical, pretty cool looking environment. I think this is gonna be awesome, bro. Let's get into doing that. I didn't actually have my mic on at this point, so I was just making the GFX locked into the work, and as you can see, I just grabbed like a doorway model from the Blender Kit add-on that I have, removed the door and then set it up, and it looked pretty nice. Bro, it's so laggy, bro. I'm trying to add trees in. Look at what I'm dealing with right now. Okay, why did I decide to move, bro? Oh my god. Alright, so we definitely got some trees and some stuff, but I had to hide it, otherwise my computer's probably gonna explode. So what we're gonna do now is definitely go ahead and make some sort of texture or something for the portal. I followed just a random tutorial I found on how to make, you know, a portal texture, and it didn't really end up the best, but I definitely knew that later on I'd, you know, fix it up in Photoshop or add some particles or something. Then I went ahead and used Botanic to make all these different like bushes and, well, not bushes, you know, grass and mushrooms. I painted in the trees around him. Then I decided I also wanted trees in front of him, which actually after I did that, it made it really dark, which I think actually looks quite cool. Like, you know, being in a dark, mysterious sort of forest. So I think that looked quite cool, so I kept it. All right, bro, and there's the render. I don't know if it's that good, but it definitely looks, you know, not bad. Looks pretty nice. We are gonna have to grab a few render passes though. So I think I'm gonna use the diffuse color pass, right? I still don't really know render passes that well, but let's see how this looks. This definitely gives me all the colors and stuff. We can use it along with the AO. Hopefully I can save it with Photoshop though, because it's definitely not anything special right now, but I can see the potential. I can definitely see the potential. What I did just here is I didn't really like how this looked, so I went ahead and used render regions, which as you can see, I just changed up how the grass is, and I rendered out only this square right here. You see it's literally just a square. You want to see how I did it? Look, you come into here, and you can see there's a little red box around where I rendered. You do Control B, and then you just select where you want to render, and then it'll only render out that section. So as you can see here, I literally only rendered out that little square, and now when I put it over top, we've got a bit more stuff than before. Before it just looked kind of empty, but now it still looks kind of empty, but there's a rock there, and a few mushrooms and some grass. So I think that looks pretty nice. And that's what 10 minutes, 1 hour, and 10 hours can do. Seeing them side by side really puts the investment into perspective. Honestly, even the 1 hour version surprised me with how far it could go with just a bit more time. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want me to do another one and have like a theme I should do for the next one, make sure to drop it down below. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, consider subscribing. I've got more breakdowns, challenges, tutorials, all this different stuff coming out soon. And before I go, if you want to join up an awesome Roblox GFX community, make sure to join up the GFXRhino Discord server, link in the description below. That's discord.gg/GFXRhino, link in the description below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.